So Samantha has been looking at the adult-child relationship. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. But Samantha just coined a phrase for us, big moments. So she's going to share with us some of the big moments that she observed. Of course, I'm Emmy Gay. We're at the Flourishing Preschool, which is a Pickler-inspired preschool, the only one in Brooklyn that uses positive psychology also to ensure positive outcomes for the children that we serve. I'm also the executive director of Program Support Family Child Care Network. I'm here with Yvette, who is our educational director at Program Support Family Child Care Network. She supervises all of our ed specialists who go out and work with up to 100 family child care providers in Brooklyn and Queens. So, hello Samantha.
Hi, how are you?
So please share with us your big moments. I love that phrase. I credit Samantha with it.
So today I saw Q go up the big stairs by herself, and it's 6 steps, I counted them, and she would hold on to the railing because it's like a higher one and a smaller one. So she would hold on to it and she would slowly walk up it all by herself, and then that's the first time we saw her do that. Because last week I mentioned in the observations that she would walk up like 2 to 3 of them and then crawl the rest of the way up. But today she walked all by herself, like just up by. That was a big moment.
Yes, that is a big moment.
Yeah, she finally learned how to walk up the stairs, like fully standing up by herself. So it was a big one. And then we saw M walk 3 steps today. Because before he could only walk 1, but today we saw him walk 3, and then so we see that his leg muscles are getting stronger and that he's walking a lot more. So yeah.
Wow. Well, how does that make you feel? Because we were talking about this way of working is different for providers, like really paying attention to the children, following their development. And so how does it feel to know that you've been a part of that change?
It's like little fireworks in my heart.
Oh my goodness.
Like there's no really word to explain the feeling of it. Me and the teacher, we were just looking at each other like, oh my god, he's taking little steps by himself. Like, oh my god, we saw Q go up all the stairs by herself. Like it's just like a proud moment.
Wow.
And I haven't been with the kids for a long time, but just seeing them improve and seeing them grow. Yeah.
You know what, that phrase that you just coined another phrase for us. Fireworks in my heart. But how did
That's beautiful.
Did you feel the fireworks in her heart?
I could even picture it.
And that's what I've learned at the Pickler House in Budapest. Like they said to us, there'll be a different kind of satisfaction that the provider will get when they really observe the child, really get to know them. Like you won't have that sense of, oh, I get to play with children, because that's a different kind of enjoyment. This is a deep satisfaction that your work is producing concrete results in another human being, which translates into fireworks in my heart. That's so beautiful.
Yeah, so those are the big moments for today. We can continue to the next part.
Well, thank you so much for those big moments and for fireworks in our heart.
So I noticed that the provider, she would talk to the child in her soothing voice, very, very soothing voice, and she would explain to them, okay, we're going to have a snack now, let's go wash your hands, and she walks them through everything, which is not something you usually see. You kind of just, from what I've seen before in my previous experience, you kind of okay, let's go and do this, blah, 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 it's very rushed. But she takes her time with each child and she walks them through everything. And I'm like, wow, she's really just telling them step by step, okay, what's gonna happen, what are we doing right now, what are we going to do, why are we doing it. She's just she loves talking to the children, and you can just see them, and it helps. And I've noticed that it helps with them reciprocating towards them, because they're very okay, let's do this. They're not like a lot of kids when they're doing something and they're transitioning into something else really rapidly, they tend to not want to do it and start getting very cranky and stuff. But with them, I've noticed that everything is just very smooth because she takes her time to walk them through everything that's going to happen, so it's not that big of a change for them.
You know, that is so amazing. You have just explained Pickler to a T. You have just explained Pickler. We explain everything that we're doing to the children and in advance so they're prepared, so they can understand what's going to happen to them. But that's also to open the door for them to participate, because we don't do things to children in a Pickler-inspired program. We do things with children. And we believe that they will and can participate at the youngest ages. So what you described it's Pickler. It's the Pickler approach in action. So that's very observant, and it's really that slow process, explaining everything, opening the door for them to participate and welcoming their participation and expecting their participation, so that you do avoid these conflicts. You know, that tension, and it's not just about how quickly we can get through an activity. I used to always say that to child care providers when they would be like trying to get through feeding and changing and everything so quickly. I'd be like, this is your day. Like, what are you going to do after it? Like, this is the day with the child. Get into it. Enjoy it. Take your time. You know, you don't have to rush, because this is it. It's like you're trying to rush to where? Like you got these 10 hours. What did you?
She always, when she's going to feed them, she always explains what it is that they're going to eat, not just gives it to them. Like this morning they had banana and cereal, so she would be like, okay, like let's drink some water, and then she would be like, this is a banana, you're going to eat it's a fruit, and then she would give them the cereal and be like, oh, this is your cereal that you're going to eat. So she very, like, explains everything to the T. I'm like, wow, like that takes a lot of patience to do, because it's not something that people are used to doing with children. So I feel like she really has it down.
Yeah, she's very trained. You can see her certificates out on the wall. She's been trained in the Pickler approach, and that's what the Pickler approach is. It's very slow, because children, they function in a different time frame than us. Even how fast, rapidly we're talking, it's a different timing. So it's very important that you do things slowly, and you explain what you're doing, and you allow the children to be a part of what you're doing.
And I feel like also putting in care with the children, because they can really feel that.
Yeah.
They feel that they're being cared for, and they can feel that they're being taken care of, you know, they can feel it. And I can see that the relationship that the children and the caregiver have is beautiful, that they have. They're always very, like, you know, they always go up to her every now and then whenever they need some sort of attention, and she gives it to them, like, individually. She's like, are you okay? Like, do you need a snack? Like, can I check your diaper? And like, see, like, what does the child need from her? And she's very caring and nurturing to them, and you can just tell that. You can just tell by looking at them. Yeah.
No, what you gonna say? Well, I was just gonna say that you have created a wonderful portrait of a caregiver that is able to create an environment where the children can develop healthy personalities. And that's our goal, is for children to develop healthy personalities, to have that caring adult that's there witnessing them, but not intervening too much, or not directing them, or not telling them what to do, but just that caring presence that's always there to make sure that they have what they need. So we're just going to be continuing with our conversation where we're observing the caregiver. So you had a question, Yvette?
Yes, I'd like to ask Samantha. During your time here, have you observed the differences, or if there are any differences, between the care routines and the child-led free play? What is the caregiver's role within each?
So when it comes to the care routine, you can see the interactions and communication between the child and the caregiver. But when the child is doing free play, it's more like the caregiver is there to support them, and it's just like hovering over them. Not hovering, that's not the word. It's more like she's around the area making sure that they're safe, but not intervening into what it is that they want to explore. She lets them be independent and explore the area as they want, and then during care routine, it's like they're communicating. It's like they're dancing. You know, they have like how do I explain this? It's like a guided sort of thing where like the child, you can see they are willing to participate and they want to
Give and
participate.
take, it's more of a give and take, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And that is a wonderful explanation of the particular approach. The caregiver has different roles depending on what the activity is. So if it's free play, like you said, the caregiver is there to witness the child, to be a supportive presence, to make sure that the space is safe, the place is safe. But it's about the child, it's about their initiative, it's about their efficacy, it's about them exploring the world and finding out who they are in that world. During the care routine, that's where the give and take happens, where the caregiver is directly engaging the child and welcoming, encouraging their participation. So there are different roles they play in the care situation and in the free play situation. And they're both connected and important, because in the particular approach, unless you have that strong relationship with the child that you develop in the caring situation, they feel safe, that will be the extent that they will be able to freely play. So they're directly connected. The safety and connection that you build in the care routine directly influences the child's ability to express themselves in the world and to play and to engage the materials. So do we have anything else that was so important?
For today.
I always tell Samantha, thank you for donating your body to science so that we can explore this Pickler-inspired approach, our positive psychology influence that's a part of our approach here, and understand the significance and importance of observing the children, getting to know their unique personalities. And today we focused on the caregiver, what the caregiver is doing while they're observing the children, creating that environment for this development of healthy personalities. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you.